History behind songs. In today's video, we will understand the history behind the song, Tears in Heaven by Eric Clapton. In the early 1990s, one of the most emotionally powerful songs in modern music history was born, not from inspiration, but from heartbreak. Tears in Heaven, written and performed by British guitarist and singer Eric Clapton, is more than just a ballad. It is a deeply personal elegy, carved from the pain of a tragic moment that changed his life forever. The story begins on March 20th, 1991. On that day, Clapton's 4-year-old son, Connor, died in a horrific accident. The young boy fell from the 53rd floor of a Manhattan high-rise apartment through a window that had been left open by a janitor. The incident occurred during a visit with his mother, Italian actress Lori Del Santo. Clapton was staying at a nearby hotel and had plans to spend the day with Connor just a few hours later. Instead, he was met with a phone call that shattered his world. Clapton had always lived a turbulent life, filled with the highs of musical success and the lows of addiction and personal struggle. But nothing could have prepared him for the grief of losing his son. For days, weeks, and months after the accident, he withdrew from the public eye. He stopped performing, stopped writing, and focused entirely on mourning, reflecting, and healing. Music once his escape and his outlet became silent, but slowly something changed. In the stillness of grief, Clapton began to write again, not for fame, not for charts, but for himself. He poured his sorrow into lyrics and melodies, creating something fragile, honest, and beautiful. Tears in Heaven was born from this place, a place of loss, of longing, and of love that can never be fully expressed in words. The lyrics ask heartbreaking questions. Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? These are not just poetic lines. They are the thoughts of a father wondering if his son would still recognize him in the afterlife. Would their bond, forged in just a few short years, transcend time, space, and death? The song becomes a conversation between Clapton and his son, soft, tender, and full of unspoken emotion. Tears in Heaven was co-written with songwriter Will Jennings. Jennings has stated in interviews that he was initially reluctant to work on such a personal piece, but Clapton insisted. Together, they crafted a song that does not shy away from pain, but rather embraces it. It is raw, it is real, and it resonates because it comes from a place so universally human, the pain of losing someone you love. The song was first introduced to the world through the 1991 film Rush, a crime drama for which Clapton was composing the soundtrack. But it truly gained global recognition in 1992 when he performed it during his MTV Unplugged session. That stripped-down version, with just his voice and acoustic guitar, connected deeply with audiences around the world. It won 3 Grammy Awards, Song of the Year, Record of the Year, and Best Male Pop Vocal Performance. Despite its success, Clapton never saw Tears in Heaven as a commercial achievement. For him, it was a therapeutic process, a way to survive the unbearable. In interviews, he has explained that the song helped him heal, but he eventually stopped performing. It lived. As time passed, he felt that he no longer needed to revisit that moment of pain on stage night after night. His heart had found a degree of peace, and revisiting the song would only reopen wounds. Over the years, Tears in Heaven has become a symbol, not only of Clapton's grief, but of every person who has ever lost someone too soon. It speaks softly, but its message is loud. Life is fragile, love is deep, and grief, though unbearable, can sometimes lead us to create something eternal. Clapton has used his experience to help others. He became involved in efforts to improve child safety in buildings and helped bring attention to window safety standards. He also continued to use music as a way to support healing, founding the Crossroads Center, a drug and alcohol rehabilitation center to help others battling the demons he once faced himself. Today, more than 3 decades after its release, Tears in Heaven remains one of the most intimate songs ever written. It reminds us that behind every artist, every performance, and every lyric, there is a person, living, loving, and sometimes hurting. Eric Clapton turned his deepest sorrow into a song that continues to comfort millions. He offered the world a glimpse into his heart, and in doing so, helped countless others begin to mend their own. In the end, Tears in Heaven is not just about loss. It's about memory, love, and the strength it takes to keep going. And through each note and every whispered line, it carries the echo of a father's love that will never fade.